Hey guys, Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every week, I come into your life. I got 3 goals: multiply your life, your money, your business. And man, have I been studying some key things for you this month around fear and uncertainty. These are 2 of the biggest reasons a person does not take action. When a person has fear, which breeds uncertainty, then a person is paralyzed from moving forward. They contract and retreat. In today's show, what I'm going to show you is how to influence an emotion, overcome that uncertainty with your certainty so that you can get people off the fence to take action with you. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you watching Super Coach.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Hey, welcome to Super Coach. Good to see everybody on here. I got Dave Stegg, Nicholas Cole, Tom Love. Thank you for a great lunch, man. I always think bigger when I'm with the EOS king of the world. Such a good friend. Let me say hi. Looks like we got Brandon Burks, monster producer. Renee Voda. I'm looking for you, Renee. Hey, Renee. Give me a call. I got something for you. Jason Carey, missed you this month in monster producer. Harry, Amber, Tony Capullo, Eric Hensley, Dr. Christy Morgan, Will Webb. Who else I got on her? Sydney Mobley. Good to see everybody out here today, guys. I'm Coach Michael Burt. I've been all over the world. Denver, Colorado. I've been in Houston, Texas. I almost said Houston, Arizona. I am coming out to Phoenix, Arizona to see my girl, Dr. Christy Morgan. Can't wait to speak to your team, Dr. Morgan. You know I love coaching you. I would take 100 Dr. Morgans if I could. So I want to thank you for joining us today, guys. Every single Tuesday, but is today Tuesday, Jack, or Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. We cover something, a hot topic out there in the world. I'm coaching lots of people, as you know. And one of the hottest topics I've been speaking on this month to my monster producers, which is my big coaching program, and all my speaking engagements, is about 2 words: fear and uncertainty. This is so critical because when I was on vacation a few weeks ago in Seaside, Florida, I was down there with Good Time Tommy Davidson and his wife, Brandon Burks, his wife, my wife. We had a great time, and I was reading a book called The Attacker's Advantage by Ram Charan. And he got into this concept of how big-time people actually attack uncertainty. So big-time people use fear as fuel. Little people use fear to paralyze. So I began looking at the meaning of the word. I began looking at, hey, what does fear really mean? And then I found out this because I love studying the meaning of a word. Fear is an unpleasant emotion. Emotion is a feeling. And a feeling can be influenced. Just because feelings are real, that don't make them right. You got to tell your feelings every night before you go to bed that you are a big-time person. You are a person of interest. Your positive energy is going to be greater than any negative energy you're going to face tomorrow. You got to tell your feelings before they tell you. When you wake up in the morning, you better smack them feelings back down and say, I ain't letting you talk me into fear and doubt and insecurity because I'm a confident person. I bring my swag with me. I come with batteries included. You ain't going to win this battle. So fear is an unpleasant emotion. It's created by a belief. And the belief is that someone or something is going to harm me. Someone or something's going to harm me. Where does that start? Where does fear start, by the way? From the minute we pop out as little babies. Don't go here. Don't talk to strangers. Be careful. Don't run too fast. Don't get hurt. Fast forward 40 years old, and you've listened to that your whole life, and what do? Don't talk to strangers. Don't put yourself in position. Don't go to networking events. You are afraid. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of a belief that someone or something is going to create harm in you. Now, what happens when you have that fear and uncertainty, or when you have fear, is it breeds uncertainty. And uncertainty is vacillation, ambivalence, doubt, insecurity, typically created by ignorance. Not ignoramus, ignorance, which means I don't even know how you can help me. Because I don't know, I'm scared of you. So if you're out there trying to sell something to someone, you got to know that you're getting objection from people, and objection is opposition of thought because they're afraid. They're afraid of something. Afraid of what? I'm not going to get my money back. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to be rejected. I'm going to be embarrassed. Somebody's going to make fun of me. I'm going to lose everything I've got. If you don't think I wake up scared every day, you're wrong. I got fear every single morning. What do I got fear of? I'm going to lose it all. I'm not going to be the husband. Not going to be the dad. Going to miss memories. Going to miss out. Can't sustain the success we're having. I wake up scared just like you do, guys. But then I tell that fear that I'm going to fight through that fear and I'm going to push. I'm going to exert some energy. And I tell myself that it is going to work. Even when I doubt myself, I overcome that fear with certainty. Why? By working that muscle. By working that muscle. So when you're trying to sell another person, you got to know this. They're afraid of something. What they're afraid of, you don't know. But that's why they're not taking action. That uncertainty is ambivalence and insecurity and doubt. And because of that, they're just sitting. So imagine this. Calculate right now how many people have indicated interest in using your services that are not taking action. How much money would be in your pocket versus their pocket? And every dollar you've ever earned started in the pocket of another person. Every dream you've ever financed started by being financed by another person. They exchanged their money for your value. They exchanged their insecurity for your confidence. They exchanged their problem for your solution. And they exchanged money. You exchange enough energy, you'll begin to exchange money. But you got to get out of this low ordinance thinker. Okay? So the way you have certainty is through confidence, and the way you have confidence is through ongoing, systematic repetition. Now, I hear people say this all the time. Well, I've heard this before. Well, I've heard you talk about this before. Listen, there's a big difference between hearing it and mastering it. You can hear me say it every single day. But until you master it, you and I are working that muscle. And until you have that mastery, you don't have certainty. And until you have certainty, you ain't going to go out there and make millions and millions of dollars. You're still going to make little baby money. You're making little baby money because you don't have enough certainty about you. So you cannot overcome the fear in other people. Now, when we come back from the break, I'm going to show you when you get objection, which is just opposition of thought. That is a feeling created by belief, which can be overcome by a world-class sales professional. And I'm going to show you the exact 5-step formula that I use to overcome any opposition of thought, from my 5-year-old to my wife, to my customers, to my employees. When I get opposition of thought, I'm going to show you the 5-step formula I use because I can handle any objection based on this formula. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you are watching Super Coach.
This event couldn't go on.
Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, and man, am I excited to announce my second retreat date, Seaside, Florida, November 16th through the 19th. We have so much demand for going to Seaside, spending time masterminding, going deeper on your business, spending some one-to-one time, really dissecting everything from your explanation of service to your selling system, to your follow-up, to the experience. And I partnered with Scott Nagy, multimillionaire who sold his business for millions of dollars, to be able to look at every business on business design. So this specific retreat is to go deeper on your business. Masterminds in the morning, right? Lunch together, dinner at the ocean. We're going to have fun, and we're going to mix business and pleasure. Seaside, November 16th through the 19th. $2,500 gets you 2 people to go down there with us. I only have 8 rooms to sell. So take advantage, get in a relaxed state, go to Seaside with me. Let's retreat to attack. Welcome back to Super Coach. Some of you guys are asking me, what can I do? What can I do to play at a higher level? Here's what you got to do. You got to put yourself in proximity to bigger players. And that means you got to go wherever you got to go. You either got to come out to the 10X Growth Conference in Vegas with me. I got an unbelievable offer. You got to come to the retreats. You got to come to the Greatness Factory. I mean, if you're asking me for my advice on what can I do to play at a higher level, then I'm telling you what you got to do, man, is you got to get away from your current environment, and you got to go. You got to go get around. We used to say get amongst it. You're not going to play bigger playing around the same players every day. You got to quit getting advice from counsel. And sometimes it's secondhand advice. Secondhand advice is you're watching it on videos or you're doing this. You got to get eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly with a person who is operating at a much higher frequency than you, who is making a lot more money than you, who is playing it, and you got to get up amongst it. That's why we offer the retreats. That's why we're doing the big 10X event where you get around 10,000 other people. Look at the speakers that. You got to go get around successful people who are playing at high levels, and you got to get eyeball to eyeball with them, okay? I learned from a lot of people online. I learned from a lot of videos online, a lot of YouTube videos. But let me tell you something. When I get a chance to spend time with people operating at a freakish level, I take advantage of that time because that's where the real magic happens. I'm thinking about this retreat down in Seaside that we posted. And listen, if you should have seen the responses from the people that went to Seaside for Monster Producer, I think I got 1 bedroom left, maybe 2. For the November retreat, you need to get your wife. Y'all need to get partner growth. You need to get your babysitter. You need to get your butt down to Seaside. And you need to get around people thinking big. Quit being, overcome the fear. Whatever fear you got, okay? Because it's not going to happen. I had to leave my small town of Woodbury to get around bigger thinkers. I got to leave Murfreesboro to get around bigger thinkers. That's why I was in Denver. That's why I was in Houston. That's why I brought Matt Monero in. So part of fear and uncertainty is this, man. I play so close to my deal that I'm not exposed to bigger thinkers. I got to be able to ask them questions. Me and Matt Monero stayed up last week talking for an hour. We worked out together the next morning at 5:30. He went back to Dallas, Texas, and said, man, there were some things that were incredibly impactful for me and my business, just spending that time with you. And I said, my time with you was incredibly impactful. For the people who were sitting in the room, the 50 people who showed up that day, it was incredibly impactful. So what are you doing? You're building confidence because you're getting around people with swag and you're playing at a much higher level. So when I meet opposition of thought is very low-level thinking. I got to think about it, got to pray about it, got to sleep on it, got to talk to my wife about it, talk to my husband on it, talk to my kid about it. Timing's not right. Okay? Those are low-level objections. They're not even objections, really. Okay? So what I do when I walk through a little bit of a formula is I listen to the opposition. I expect it, number one. You're going to give me some opposition when I give you counsel about what to do. So the first thing I do is I listen to it. I acknowledge it. I understand. I understand what you're saying. Then I isolate it. Is there any other reason outside of this one reason that you're giving me, this little bitty thinking you got? Is there any other reason that's stopping you from moving forward or doing what I'm asking you to do? Because you asked me what you wanted me to do, and I'm telling you. Is there any other reason that's keeping you from taking my counsel and advice? Well, you know, this. Okay, so you're telling me if I could show you a way to overcome this little objection you got that you would move forward, right? That's validation. But then I challenge. Now, you and I both know that 6 months from now, nothing's going to change unless you change it, okay? You came to me, and I gave you what you needed to do, and I gave it to you on a silver platter. So now what is stopping you from taking action? For all my real estate agents, insurance people, hey, you came to me for a reason because I'm an expert and I'm operating at a high level, okay? Now I'm telling you what you need to do. Is there any other reason outside of this little excuse that you're giving me that's keeping you from taking action here? Because you and I both know that when you're involved and you're engaged and you're thinking at a higher level, then it all works out a lot better. Isn't that right? Now, you say, well, how do you overcome these objections? Well, you have certainty. Look, I know with certainty how to master something. Okay? I know with certainty how to get around people who are playing at higher levels. I know if you do these certain things, you're going to produce more. Okay? So how do you bring certainty? You bring a level of confidence about you, right? And the confidence, for all the people that are out there, the confidence is this concept of in a demonstrated capacity. Like the parable of the talents in the Bible is because the person showed a demonstrated capacity to utilize the talents with certainty. So guess what he did? He got more talent. The person went and hid the talent, contracted and retreated, lost the talent. So for you, when you have fear and uncertainty, they're going to give you opposition of thought. They're going to give you opposition of thought. That's objection. When they give you objection, go through the formula. I understand. It does seem like a lot of money. Is there anything other than you saying this is a lot of money? Is there any other reason outside of you saying this is a lot of money that's stopping you from taking action? Okay, if I could show you a way that it wouldn't cost that much money and you get a whole lot better, would you take action on this? That's what you're telling me, right? Okay, well, I don't know. Well, you know, you came to me for a reason. You and I can have this talk today or we can have it 6 months from now. But we both know that nothing's going to change. You asked me what you wanted and I gave it to you on a silver platter. Now it's time for you to man up or woman up and take action. So what I'm trying to tackle today, guys, is I'm trying to understand when a person is sitting on the fence with you and they're not moving forward with you, it's because they've got some level of fear and they've got some level of uncertainty. And until you feed them more information, they're going to continue with that fear and uncertainty. They're going to continue operating at a low ordinance. They're going to continue to give you a little bit of pushback. So what you got to do is you got to feed them. Feed them more information. Let me give you one example. Then I'm going to get you some kryptonite. I hope I see the Big Kahuna on here. Big Kahuna, just call aloha.com. He and I go back and forth a lot. He's a monster producer, big advocate of the show, sponsor of the show, big and monster producer. That guy's gotten a lot of business out of this network of monster producers. For all my monsters watching the show, if you are not getting yourself in proximity to the 300 other people in this program, ain't nobody's fault but your own. If you're not getting business, if you're not leveraging a powerful network we're giving you, if you're not getting involved with the monsters and the greatness factory, then that's nobody's fault but your own. The Big Kahuna, just call aloha.com. What he does is take something boring, heating and cooling, and he makes it interesting. Kahuna of comfort, expert, Big Kahuna. Just call aloha.com. Now, so let me close with this concept, because today we're talking fear and uncertainty. Big Kahuna, fear and uncertainty is one word, man. Fear is an emotion, and just because you got feelings, that don't make them right. That emotion is created by belief. That belief started somewhere in your past. Somebody dumped on you. Somebody made fun of you. Somebody rejected you. Somebody beat you up. Somebody talked about you. Somebody did something. Somebody did something in your past. And it's created a tremendous amount of fear in your life. So now you know what you won't do? You won't even put yourself in position to prosper. You won't even put yourself in position to get rejected. You contract and retreat. You won't take the next step. An object in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by outside force. An object at rest will stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. The way you overcome fear and uncertainty, which is ambivalence, is you take action. You exert force. You push into that which is uncomfortable, and you continue to get better and better. Now, when you're selling a person, if they're sitting on the fence and they're in your farm club and they're not taking action, they're afraid of something. Afraid they're not going to get their money back. Afraid they don't trust themselves. Afraid it ain't going to work. Afraid they used somebody in the past and it didn't work. There's some hidden objection there, which is just a fear. And until you know the fear, until you give them enough information, they will remain ignorant to the solution that you can provide them. Some of them you can't help them anyway. Even when you try to help them, you can't help them. But for the ones looking for help, keep feeding them information and give it to them in as many ways as they can. Guys, I hope you liked the show today. Thank you to everybody that's out there, all my monster producers. If you're not joining me in Las Vegas, February 22nd through the 26th, shame on you. I got you a VIP ticket, got you a private event in Vegas. I got you a year of monster producer. I got you a day of person of interest. If you're not taking that offer, take advantage of being on the Sprinter with me. I'm getting ready to roll out an offer where you can fly with me on a private jet for 3 back-to-back speaking engagements, Knoxville, Orlando, and the coast of North Carolina. If you want to go with me, if you've never flown private, or if you want to be treated like a rock star for today, I'm going to roll out an offer in the next couple of days that gives you a lot of things to go with me. Take advantage, and let's make a common day an uncommon day. Listen, I ain't scared. I ain't got any fear and uncertainty. We got to go out there and take our message to the world, guys. So you know I love you, but every now and then I got to have a hard conversation with you. That's what a good coach do. They make you do things you don't want to do. They help you become something you didn't think you could become. And today, you have been watching Super Coach. Let me give you some kryptonite. Do we have some kryptonite? Give me one of those kryptonite, Jacks. Okay? Here's the deal. You have fear for one reason. You have not mastered your craft. The only way to get certainty, baby, work that muscle, work that muscle, work that muscle. And when you haven't worked it enough, you're always going to contract and retreat. You can't give me certainty until you yourself have gotten certainty. Every week, Super Coach, podcast, download, YouTube. And if you're not a monster producer, come on. First one's on me, but you got to get in there and extract the opportunity. Right, Leo Martinez? You got to get in there and extract the opportunity, man. Come on, man. Let's go, Eric Hensley. Have a great week, everybody. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt. I'm on the Mercedes Sprinter. See this seat right here? This seat could be yours. Part of the new deal I'm offering, you get 1 day on the Mercedes Sprinter with me talking about your life and your business. You get one 10X GrowthCon ticket in Las Vegas with me, 36 other speakers, Tim Grover, Grant Cardone, Brad Lee, Lewis House, that's at the Mandalay Bay. That's a 3 or 4 day conference. Incredible, February 22nd through the 25th. That's a $7,500 ticket, by the way. You get 1 day at the Greatness Factory, talking about person of interest. How do you blow up your brand? How do you get a couple 100,000 views on your YouTube, a couple million views? How do you get Facebook people? How do you build podcasts? How do you write blogs? How do you write books? Person of interest. You get all of that for $2,500. That's the offer I got on the table. And you're gonna get your money's worth sitting right there, $2,500. Email info@coachburt.com and reserve your seat. I probably only have about 20 more tickets left because I only got 50. I got 20 seats for this right here, okay? So take advantage, guys. I would love to be sitting beside you, driving down the road on a Mercedes Sprinter, coaching you.